Now, it's not every day that we have the opportunity to invite an international sports legend into our loft, but we are honoured this afternoon to welcome a veteran of Formula One with more than 30 years' experience in motorsports. David Coulthard is currently in South Africa for an incredible event taking place in Cape Town this Sunday called the Red Bull Cape Town Circuit, and he is here to tell us all about it. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the most exquisite jawline in the world, David Coulthard.
Wow. What an introduction. It's getting smaller, don't you think, as I get older?
No, it's fabulous. I mean, that thing can cut like a knife.
Oh, my goodness.
It's great.
Thank you for celebrating my jawline.
It's worth celebrating. So welcome to South Africa and welcome to the show. It's lovely to have you here. You've had such a busy week. I'm so impressed that you made it here. You were in Monaco, of course. And then you went to the funeral, I believe, of the late Nicky Lauda.
Yeah, Nicky, what a legend of the sport. Yeah, sadly, we laid him to rest on Wednesday. But this has been in the planning a long time, and I have to say a big thank you to everyone in Cape Town who's made this possible, and not only to have the opportunity to come in your loft, but to bring the Formula One car here and celebrate. I think there's a great connection, isn't there, with South Africa and success in motorsport over the years, whether it's world champion drivers and great racetracks.
Yeah. I've interviewed you in Johannesburg before, but is this your first time in Cape Town, or have you been here before?
No, I've been here before. I've done the full tourist experience, so I've been on your hop-on, hop-off bus, which is the only place in the world I've ever wanted to do it. Whenever you look at that, you know, you travel the world and you think, God, who are these tourists doing it? Well, I was one of those tourists.
Lovely.
And I've done the full tour of Cape Town.
Lovely. And this weekend you're going to be doing it from a very different vantage point. What exactly is happening this weekend with the Red Bull track?
Well, I'm going to try and slip into my Nomex one more time, into my race suit, which is a bit tighter than when I used to actually compete. But we're going to put a Formula One car on the streets downtown, right in the heart of your great city, and it's an opportunity for people to experience the sights and sounds of what Formula One is all about. It's loud, it's technology. Hopefully they find it exciting, and you know, I've really felt the energy and excitement about this as I've come through the airport today, and you know, we've been on a little media tour, and this is a great opportunity to do the final push on it. Yeah,
everybody is so excited, because I think a while ago there were rumours that the F1 would actually create a circuit in Cape Town to be part of the F1 circuit, which would be amazing. And actually in Monaco, you wouldn't say that the track is where it is, because it's all these little windy roads, and it seems impossible almost to be able to take those corners at such radical speeds.
Yeah,
but have
crazy.
you looked at the track and where you're going to be going around Cape Town?
Yeah, I did a little drive-through on the way in from the airport, and actually there's a lot of space here. So you would have no problem having a street circuit in comparison to Monte Carlo.
I've got no problem speeding around these roads.
You're quite happy with that. Are you a good driver? Are you quite good at navigating the traffic?
Yeah.
Actually, my wife does most of the driving in the family. She's a much better road car driver than I am, which so ladies statistically are safer drivers than men, by the way.
I'm the best driver I know. No offense.
I'm not going to argue with you on that as well. But the area we're going to take the car around is a great space, and I think it's really going to, you know, the noise is going to carry through the city.
Ah, and what a great sound it is. So in 2005, the Red Bull team was newly formed, and did you join it from the beginning?
Yeah, I was the first driver they signed.
Amazing.
And they bought an existing team called Jaguar, who were kind of struggling a little bit to have success. But Dietrich Mateschitz, the founder of Red Bull, said, you know, guys, we have an ambition to win against, you know, teams like Ferrari and Mercedes, and I was part of the first 4 years of the journey. And you know, such a loyal company, they still call me out in my advancing years to do great events like this.
Well, you definitely still have it in you. But when you think of Red Bull, you certainly do think of these amazing extreme sports. What do you think that Red Bull has done for motorsport in particular?
Well, I think Red Bull have brought fun to the paddock, because the reality, when I first raced in Formula One, everyone was kind of in their little team spaces, motorhomes, or whatever you want to call them. And there wasn't much integration or socialising, but if you've been along, you'll see or in Monte Carlo, they've got the Red Bull Energy Station, and it's open to all the teams. And at first people were a bit sceptical. Now you see other team members coming in because they know it's a kind of cool place to hang out. There's a good energy, a good vibe, and they've put the fun back in Formula One.
Yeah. Now tell me a bit about the car that you're going to be racing on Sunday.
So it's one of the world champion cars from Sebastian Vettel's era. So it's not a current car, but that's actually good news because it's got all of the technology that we know Formula One brings to race cars. But the good news is it's got the V8 in there, which is louder. It revs higher. The modern Formula One car has a V6 turbo, and you put a turbo in an engine, it suppresses the noise, where we'll be able to sort of, let the engine sing around the streets of Cape Town.
Amazing. Now, something that, I didn't know, and you can maybe correct it for me, when you sit in an F1 car, you're sitting with your legs, you're basically half lying down.
You've got to get the right...
I do yoga.
Perfect. That was impressive, by the way. I don't know if you caught that, but you're such a good Grand Prix driver.
No, but you're basically lying down. And isn't that uncomfortable?
Well, a Grand Prix car is not that comfortable an environment, which is why as soon as you stop driving, you get out. And I was one of the taller drivers. A lot of them are quite small. Lewis and some of the guys are perfectly formed for race driving. But when they retire, they're just going to be small men, where it's better if you can be a bit taller, I think. So I was kind of squashed in the car for most of my career. But, they're designed for speed. They're not designed for sort of cruising with the arm out the window. They're just all about performance. And when fear focuses the mind. And when you're sort of fearful driving a car at over 200 miles an hour, you're not thinking about, oh, it's a bit tight, a bit uncomfortable.
How scared are you when you're driving those cars? Because, it's dangerous and it's terrifying. Your adrenaline must be shooting. You must have adrenal fatigue now that you're on road.
Yeah, but an adrenaline high is fantastic. And, anyone who works out or anyone who does any kind of extreme sport will know. But I think that adrenaline is what really focuses you in to being able to live on that edge. So, yes, there's fear. And actually, fear is a good thing because without it, you have no limits. And there is a limit. There is a limit to how fast the car will go through the corner. So I think it's an important part of knowing where the limit of the car is or where your own personal limits are.
How do you control where your thoughts go, and how do you control your fear in the car? Like, do you have a mantra that you repeat to yourself, or do you do any particular breathing techniques?
Well, a combination. Breathing, actually, is a very important thing. Ayrton Senna, who I was the test driver for before he passed away, he said to me, do you think about breathing when you're driving? And I thought, no, I don't. He said, you have to think about your breathing. And when I did my first Grand Prix, I was, did a few laps, and I remember thinking, 50-odd laps to go, and I was like puffing and panting in the car because I've got to breathe. And simple little things like that are so important when you're pushing to the limit.
Yeah, I don't know what it feels like going that fast, but I know I have to remind myself to breathe when I'm in traffic.
Oh, yeah? Are you like an angry driver, or do you like peeping the horn at people?
I'm a little fiery.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Thank you so much for being here. What can we look forward to on Sunday? I can't wait.
Yeah, anyone who's never seen a Grand Prix car before, who thinks, I'm not interested in that, please come along, please just listen, look at the car, the engineering. It is exciting, and it's something for everyone, whether you're a boy or a girl, whether you're a man or a woman, young or old. Formula One is a truly global sport. And,
I'm sure just this interview has converted people to be a fan of yours.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I cannot wait. I'll see you on Sunday, and I'll be the cheerleader.
Wonderful. Well, then it's going to be a perfect event.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So today is the last day for you to feel the adrenaline and the exhilaration of hearing the ear-splitting roar of the engine, squint through the haze of tyre smoke and smell the aroma of the burning rubber. So give yourself the opportunity to enjoy a unique Friends of Red Bull experience at the Red Bull Cape Town Circuit F1 Extravaganza this Sunday, the 2nd of June. Enter our competition by simply SMSing the keyword WIN with your name and city to 33650. The competition closes at 5:30 p.m. today, and entries are limited to residents of Cape Town. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. T's and C's do apply and can be found at afternoonexpress.co.za.